If you go into Google and you type in Valiant Thor, it brings up 427,000. Who's Valiant Thor? Well, go into the videos, YouTube brings up 42,000. All right, let's look at the names. If you want to know what really happened, pay attention. This is an image search. These guys right here, shoot, these three. There's an uncolored, the original. Here it's colored. Here's another shot of them. This is Valiant Thor. What happened is, oh wait, let's go into Valiant Thor. This is a shapeshifter from Venus. They decided to come here and pretty much try to change this planet. They had a whole plan. So when they came here, the guys were like, well, what name should I take? So he picked the word valiant as an adjective, possessing or showing courage or determination, and then Thor. And when he looks up Thor, Thor is a hammer-wielding god associated with thunder, lightning, storms, oak tree strength, and the protection of mankind. So this is why the shapeshifter chose this name. You know, you might not know them as shapeshifters. I did do a video of God's 4.5 billion year old minions create Adam, then help Moses and Jesus perform miracles. They're balls of light, and these balls of light can do things. They shift, they change things, they can do whatever. They turned water into wine. Moses banged a rock and out came water. They created Adam. They created the Torah. And here on the earth, you know them as the things that make crop circles. All right. I'm going to go in. What exactly happened? Well, I typed in Colonel Valiant Thor because I wanted to bring up this good explanation. This colonel is my uncle. We'll get to him in a second. But basically, this is one of them. First meeting, they tell exactly what happened. The words, everything. Went over, talked to the president. Then he meets Richard Nixon. Then they take some photos up in Highbridge. There's a Howard Menger in Highbridge, New Jersey, having a UFO meeting, and they decide to go up there. They hang out with them. That's where the pictures came from. Valiant Thor gave the military one of his miracle garments, his spacesuit, and they examined it. As you look in here, you'll see the colonel being referenced again and again. This colonel was my uncle. His job was to deal with the aliens that were coming to this planet after World War II, when we started setting them off and getting the attention of the entire cosmos. Hey, we're over here. Come visit us. We're setting off nuclear weapons. And that's who he was. Lucky man. Probably the luckiest man that lived. He got to spend 3 years with Valiant Thor. He probably learned unbelievable. This guy, Valiant Thor, was told to have had an IQ of 1,200. Supposedly had a quiet meeting with all the members of everywhere. Like, he was in New York at the UN. That's what I've heard, but it's nowhere on the internet. And he was able to speak with everybody in their own language and their own dialect. This man knew everything. No one ever asked him, how old are you? These shapeshifters, they're eternal. They've been around for billions of years, maybe trillions, who knows? No one ever asked. Inside the Pentagon, tells what he did inside the Pentagon. Tells what happened with strangers. He was here to help mankind. He has no fingerprints at all. Then he tells, hey, we're from Venus. We don't live on the planet. We live in the planet. We come to the outside. They were able to get a UFO. They put on, and they shapeshifted and came here. Tells a little bit more about the last meeting with the president, and then the spacemen depart. All right. I already put up a video about my uncle, what he did. He was a Marine lieutenant colonel, teaches UFO officer training at Marine Corps Base down in Quantico every summer. Growing up, I was there. I seen it. One time I seen a 2-star general salute my uncle. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I was like, you have a higher rank. Why are you saluting him? He told me it has nothing to do with the rank. It's the position you hold. He goes, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. They all salute the Master in Chief, the President. I was like, when your uncle goes and visits the President salutes your uncle. All right, and then Valiant Thor. Here's some pictures. A little bit of stories. Basically, this is the same thing. It's just a different version. The first meeting, Nixon, photos taken, spaceman's offer. They came here to help us. They offered unlimited food, no more sickness. They wanted to change everything, ratify it. And they turned them down. I mean, in there, he also says, presently, in 1957, there were 77 of his beings, the energy beings, on this planet. And from me, you already know from religion, they call them the 7 pillars of God. 7 of them are the main ones. And then they have 10, each one has like 10 other ones. I guess they're like their students, protege, teaching them how to do things, make crop circles. I have no idea. UFO on the water, purifying. Talks about their ships. And all references, location of the ship, the 267 locations of the Victor series ships by land masses, oceans, and countries are as follows. Where these ships are all over the U.S. They hide them. Cosmic teachings. Head, the Venetians, Council of 12. All right, 3 to 5 crew members directly assist VC, telling Teal in preparation and teaching the various classes conducted aboard Victor 1. Most of these classes are conducted by her and pertain directly to the following subjects. They were giving classes on the spaceship. All right, let's jump forward. There was a show out, Star Trek, Deep Space Nine. They tried to infiltrate the Star Wars, the Star Trek, that community, the ones that look and, hey, wow, this could be real. In Star Trek Deep Space Nine, they have energy beings on the ship, on the planet. They call them the prophets because to them time is different. They exist 4.5 billion years ago as the same second as they do now. They live a life where there is no time. It's a difficult concept to understand, but they see into the future, they see into the past. All right, the last episode's In the Hands of the Prophets. The very last episode, Tears of the Prophets. Now, the funny thing is they tried to show what these shapeshifters were like, and they had this one character, Odo. As you notice, he looks like a human, but his appearance is not exactly that as a human. He's got rough features, just like Valiant Thor did not have any fingerprints. All right. Wish I could have did this one a little bit professional, but this is just ad-libbing. I even made sure that the cameras wasn't straight, like all askew. Normally, when I shoot a video, I make sure it's always nice and pretty. This one I went and set it off. Alright, hope you liked this video. Hope you thought it was informative. Hey, how do I know this stuff? Oh yeah, where is it? The crop circle one? This website came because I went to sleep one night. I had a dream and I was told, hey, go make a website. You know more about these minions, these crop circles, than anybody else on the planet. So put it up on the internet. You got 2 weeks to get it done, and what you're seeing is what I did. I compiled this in 2 weeks, and then I built it up a little. When it originally came out, it didn't have the snow crop circles, but I thought they were an interesting. Also, in my phone, I even got a tree that was bent in half. Like you see, it goes, and then it's turned like this. So I'm like laughing, you know, they did it for me.